You take a quiet pride in this. The fact that you need nobody. Not really. Not in the way other people seem to need each other. When everything falls apart around you, you don't call a friend. You don't ask for a hand. You just handle it. You always just handle it. Every single time, no matter how heavy it gets. And somewhere along the way, without ever deciding to, you started calling that strength. You started wearing it like a badge. Like proof that you're built differently than everyone else who falls apart and reaches for someone. So let's actually talk about what this is underneath the story you've been telling yourself. Think back to the last time someone genuinely offered to help you carry something. It doesn't have to be big. A task, a problem you were drowning in, even something as small as a bag of groceries out of your hands. Pay attention to what actually happened in your chest the second they offered. Not what you said out loud. What happened underneath in your body before you even had time to think. Did it feel like relief washing over you? Or did it feel like a debt landing on your shoulders? Something you now have to repay just to feel even again? For you, it was always the second one. It's always the second one. Every single time, without exception. You said, "I'm fine," before you even finished hearing the offer all the way through. Not because you actually were fine, because accepting felt more dangerous, somehow, than quietly drowning where no one could see you struggle. You would genuinely rather drown in silence than be witnessed needing a hand from anyone, even someone who loves you. And somewhere along the way, you started calling that independence. You started wearing the exhaustion like a medal instead of recognizing it as a warning sign. There's actually a name for what's happening here underneath all of it. Drop one word in the comments below if you already feel this one landing in your chest right now. You didn't build this defense alone, out of nowhere, by accident. Someone or something somewhere in your history taught you that needing people was a setup for disappointment. Maybe it was a parent who simply wasn't there when it actually mattered most. Maybe it was someone who used your needs against you the one time you actually showed them, exposed and unguarded. Either way, your body learned this lesson permanently, deep in your nervous system. Needing is dangerous. Self-sufficiency is survival. Full stop. So you build a version of yourself that doesn't need anyone, ever, for anything. And you got good at it. Frighteningly good at it. You handle every crisis. You fix every broken thing before anyone else even notices it's broken. You show up for everyone else's emergencies without ever once having one of your own, at least not one anyone gets to see. Because if you never have a need, no one can ever fail to meet it. No one can ever disappoint you the way they did before. That's not strength. That's a calculation your nervous system made a long time ago, in a moment you probably don't even remember clearly, and it never stopped running since. Here's what it actually costs you every single day, whether you notice it or not. Every time you refuse help, you're not actually protecting yourself the way you think you are. You're confirming a belief that's already running underneath everything. See, I really am the only one who can do this. I really am on my own. And the people who actually wanted to help you, who genuinely meant it, they stop offering eventually. Not because they stopped caring about you, because you taught them over and over again in 100 small moments that you don't need it from them. So the isolation you were trying so hard to prevent becomes the exact isolation you built with your own two hands, brick by brick, without ever meaning to. Drop "I see it" in the comments if you've ever pushed away the one person who actually wanted to help you. You are not alone in this, even though it feels that way constantly. Here's the part nobody actually tells you about any of this. This isn't a personality trait you were born with. It's armor. You didn't choose to become hyper-independent any more than a soldier chooses to flinch at a loud, sudden noise. You built this because something at some point taught you was necessary for survival. And armor, by its very definition, was never meant to be worn forever. It was only ever meant to be worn until the actual danger passed completely. This is the armor. It's not who you are underneath it. It's just what you put on a long time ago to survive something that already happened to you. The hardest part to accept is this: the danger already passed. But you never got the signal telling you it was finally safe to take it off. So you're still wearing full armor into rooms that were never actually threatening to begin with. Into relationships with people who never once asked you to fight alone, who would have stood beside you if you'd let them. You bring the armor to dinner with the people who love you. You bring it to bed at night. You bring it directly into the one relationship where someone is finally, genuinely trying to reach you. And they can feel it. The distance. The wall that's always slightly up, even when you're standing right in front of them with your arms wrapped around them. They don't always have words for it, this thing they're sensing. But they feel like they're loving someone who's still bracing for impact that already happened years ago. Think about how exhausting that actually is. Not for them watching it from the outside. For you, living inside it every single day, carrying weight nobody can see, carrying armor you don't even need anymore, every single day into rooms that were never actually dangerous in the first place. That's not strength. That's exhaustion wearing a very convincing costume. You are bone-tired in a way you've stopped admitting, even to yourself, even in the quiet moments when no one's watching. Because admitting it would mean someone might actually try to help you. And helping still feels, somewhere deep in your wiring, like the most dangerous thing in the world that could happen to you. Here's the part that's genuinely hard to hear, harder than everything else so far. The same armor that kept you safe as a child is now the exact thing keeping you lonely as an adult. It's not protecting you from pain anymore, the way it used to. It's protecting you from connection itself. And those two things used to be the same thing back when you built this. They aren't the same thing anymore. You are allowed to take a piece of it off. Just one piece. Just once to start. Not throw it all down at once and become someone who suddenly needs everyone for everything. That's not the goal here. Just let one person carry one thing, just once. And watch what actually happens when the world doesn't end the way your body keeps insisting it will. That single moment, letting someone help you and surviving it without disaster, is the only thing that actually retrains the nervous system that built all of this in the first place. Nothing else really works the same way. Not understanding it intellectually the way you're understanding it right now. Not knowing exactly where it came from or who taught it to you. Only the real, lived experience of being helped and staying completely safe afterward can undo what years of self-reliance built. So here's the actual test, the real one. Next time someone offers you help with anything, don't deflect it the way you always have. Don't say you're fine before you've even let the offer land. Just pause for 3 full seconds before you answer them. In that pause, you'll feel the old alarm going off somewhere deep inside your chest. That's not real danger sounding. That's just the armor remembering its old job, the one it doesn't need anymore. Let the alarm ring anyway, and say yes, even while it's still ringing. You were never weak for needing someone, not then and not now. You were just taught a long time ago that needing was the same thing as being abandoned. It isn't. Not anymore. You're allowed to put the armor down. You're allowed to be tired after carrying it this long. You're allowed to need somebody.